Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you watched the last video, you know where we are and how we got here. I'll leave a link somewhere on the screen if you haven't seen it so you can catch up. We just got into Ibadan from Lagos to celebrate my friend's birthday and we'll be spending one night at IITA. IITA stands for International Institute of Tropical Agriculture. The grounds are really large and our first stop was at the reception gate where we all had to sign in. Once we were done at the reception, we drove up to IITA House, which is where we stayed. This is the main house, but we stayed in the annex. We had already made all our bookings prior to our arrival. The process of making the booking wasn't very straightforward, but luckily for me, my friend handled all of that. They have a website and I'll leave the link below, but the most effective way to make a booking is over the phone or by email. We checked in and went straight to have lunch as we were all starving. We actually left our bags at reception while we had lunch. I'll give you a full room tour right after this. The food was okay. It wasn't fantastic, but it was decent food. The suya was particularly tough, so you might want to avoid that. The drinks were so cheap and everything was really affordable. There was a moment where we all considered moving from Lagos to Ibadan. They have a lovely pool, and even though I packed a swimsuit, there wasn't enough time to swim. So here we are walking from IITA House to the residential blocks across the road. I went to uni with most of these guys, and this was giving us all serious flashbacks. It all reminded us so much of our school campus in Kumasi. We stayed in 3 identical one-bedroom flats in Block D, and they cost 33,000 naira each. The bedrooms were clean, airy, and comfortable, but I wouldn't have minded a duvet. There was a living room which was perfect for us because we planned on playing games and hanging out. It had a kitchen with a fridge where we put the cake and our drinks. It had this old cooker which we didn't use, but it was there. Everything was really good quality and clearly well maintained. It was so refreshing and it was like I had just jumped back to 1970 something. I really wasn't there, but it feels like this is how it was. Or even just 1993, you know. It reminded me of my grandma's house. These are the flats we booked before we came, but then we found out there were rooms in the main house we thought were better. We checked them out and quickly all agreed that we'd be much more comfortable in the flats. They were practically the same, but without the living room and kitchen. They were more expensive and not as bright and airy. Very easy decision. After about an hour or two just relaxing in our rooms and digesting our lunch, you know what, let's just call that breakfast, we were back on the road in search of Amala. This was high up on our Ibadan to-do list, and the most popular Amala spot was apparently closed on Sundays, so it had to be done today. The drive from IITA to Amala Skye was about 20 to 25 minutes long. Amala Skye is not really what it's called. I think people just started calling it that because it was next to a sky bank. I'm not really sure if that's true, but that's what we heard. So we finally arrived at Amala Skye, which is most popularly known as and there's a system starting right from the door. There's a lady right there on your right serving the amala. Once you get your amala, you take your bowl to the counter where you get your ewedu, gbegiri, stew, and assorted meat.
One goat and one shaki. One shaki. One shaki.
1,000. 1,800.
I love shaki. I don't know why anyone won't. Try things. I mean, don't just eat beef all the time. Anyway, this shaki, it was like a blanket. It was mad. Sometimes you get shaki that's like a 3 cm square. This was fantastic, and it tasted so good.
How is it? Better than Lagos. When you say shaki, I thought it was.
Amala was really good. It was definitely worth hunting this spot down.
Down.
Where are we going? What are you doing?
You can extend
See
it.
your baby.
She's begging for trouble. She insists I should give her this little. But I really want it, I want to know. Don't make me forget where the needle go. I push it in, she push it out, I push it back. She starts to shout, Dr. Kish, it's terrible. I can't stand the size of your needle. I don't know why.
We played a drinking card game called You Laugh, You Drink, and it was really lots of fun. After a couple of hours of card games, we had a lovely dinner and birthday cake, and then we went for a nighttime walk around the grounds. We walked through the golf course, but it was too dark to film anything. We had some fun with sparklers in the streets, and it was just a lot of fun. I'm the weirdo in the middle whose spark went off, so I quickly moved out of everyone's way. Good morning. So just woke up. It's Sunday at IITA in Ibadan, and it's been really nice. We are spending just one night, and I really wish we were spending two, because yesterday we were doing a lot of running around, traveling, obviously, like getting in and looking for amala and like just settling in, and we stayed up late, we played games and all of that, so that was really cool. And then we're up early this morning to catch breakfast. Yeah, and then we're going today at 4. But overall, I really love this place. It's really nice, it's really relaxing. The reason why I wish we had an extra night is it would have been nice to like chill, like walk around, explore the grounds, which is we're going to try and do that as well today. But because we're traveling, it's kind of like a rush kind of thing, but definitely worth coming here. I love it. Let me show you yeah, I showed you already, but it's really nice. It actually reminds me of my university. I went to school in Ghana, in Kumasi, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and it looks exactly, it's almost like there's a template for campuses in West Africa. I don't know about other schools, but I think I've also been to another campus in Nigeria. I can't remember clearly, but anyway, yeah, they kind of all look the same. Yeah, so we're going to get breakfast now, and can you hear the birds? Like, the air is fresh. It's good to get away from Lagos. It's really good to get away from. So anyway, we're going to get breakfast, and then we're going to look for a lake. There's a lake somewhere on the grounds, and we're going to the zoo as well, and then we'll head back to the train station. So yeah, it's been good. You should definitely come out here. Each room comes with breakfast for two, which they stopped serving at 9 a.m. It was served buffet style. They made us fresh omelets, which I had with boiled yam, stew, and sausages. After breakfast, we went for a very long walk. It was really nice to see everything on the grounds, but we were particularly on a mission to find the lake. Over there, so we're walking all the way to the lake. Bad man. After a 2-hour walk to the lake and back, this delicious cocktail I had put in the freezer last night was the perfect, most refreshing treat to have while I packed for checkout at 12.
How much left?
Okay, since you are taking 2, let me give you
3,000.
No, it's not. This one is bigger, also bigger than this.
After we checked out, we kind of just chilled and hung out a bit. My friends had a few beers. I don't like beer, so they made me a shandy. Not crazy about that either. After this, we were meant to go to the zoo, but most of them didn't want to go for a variety of reasons. Too tired, didn't like animals, been before, so just Rory and I went. We left our luggage with our friends, and the plan was that we'd meet at the train station after the zoo. We left IITA at about 1:30 and the last train to Lagos was at 4 p.m. So we had just about 2.5 hours to get to the zoo and back. The Ibadan Zoo is actually inside the University of Ibadan. We paid 500 naira each for this coin to get in.
Here? Yeah, quick breeze through.
So we weren't planning on staying very long because obviously we had a train to catch, but also when we got there, it didn't seem very impressive right from the door. Most of the animals looked really sad and the effects of captivity were glaring. They just looked like they weren't meant to be there. Keeping animals in captivity is a highly debated and sore subject. I do believe it's best that they're left in the wild, but I think that if they are going to be in a zoo, the conditions should be made as conducive as possible. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case at the Ibadan Zoo.
Look. I hate people. They all look miserable. Poor guy.
A lot of them looked so depressed, especially the apes. Because they're a lot like us, I think that we tend to imagine ourselves in their position and are likely to feel more empathy for them. It was really sad, and the conditions they were in were definitely not ideal.
For me?
The giraffe is one animal I had seen pictures of prior to this trip and had looked forward to seeing. She was really beautiful. I think she was quite young, judging by her size. It looked like she was plotting an escape. One thing that made me a little happier was hearing someone call her Ajoke. It made me feel like they at least had some people who cared about them and came to see them regularly. There was also one lion. It seemed like there were cells, that's what I would call them, for about 3 or 4, but there was only this one. The gate on the other side of the cell led to an open space I suppose the lion is meant to walk around in. So we're back at the Obafemi Awolowo train station to catch the 4 o'clock train back to Lagos. If you didn't catch my first video of us coming in, you definitely should. I'll leave a link on the screen. We're about to buy our tickets, and like I said in part 1 of this video, you're only allowed to buy train tickets with cash. Luckily, there was a POS operator right at the station entrance, so we're able to get some. So this is what the first class train cabin looks like. If you watched part 1 of this video, you know that we came in from Lagos on business class, which was comfortable, but we were curious to find out what first class was like. It was more comfortable and much more spacious. There was a bar that wasn't in operation, which came in very handy for cutting the rest of the birthday cake from last night.
And I turn it the other way. Oh. This is your.
Okay, now.
I just back her.
Can you turn your own? Yes. Okay, but she will turn. I will turn me. Jet, if you like, Tony Fella, I know you finish, you turn and back everybody.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you watched all the way to the end and enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you were inspired to visit Ibadan, you 100% should. Please come back and let me know how it goes. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!